Sometimes I feel young adults are misunderstood. What are some of the challenges that they face today?
Well, first of all, it really starts with like parents. I don't know, because it's just like a lot of parents, like they say that they understand what we're going through, and I feel like a lot of young adults like just kind of get a little angered with that, because it's just like, even though they say that they understand, they don't act like they understand, especially when they make mistakes and they make it so big. It's like a big like spotlight on them specifically, and they just kind of look at them and just be like, why would you do that? Like, I tell you all the time. But it's just like, I mean, a lot of the times, like, I feel like parents are afraid to like let their kids really experience things in life, because if they don't really experience it for themselves, a lot of the time they don't see what you're trying to say. Like, if you tell your kid, hey, don't go over there because it's trouble, they'll just kind of think and just be like, what do you mean? Like, how is it going to be like an issue?
Right.
And then they experience it for themselves and they're just like, whoa, like, now I see what you're talking about.
Right.
And I don't think it's that young adults really don't want to understand or like want to listen, but it's like they don't really understand like what they say is like for their own good.
Right. Yes.
Kind of. So, a lot of them kind of like they're rebellious, and they
And why do you think they rebel? Is it because they want to? Why do you think? Can you? They rebel.
Well, honestly, as a teenager, young adult, whatever, like we're going through like a lot of stuff. So it's just like it's things on top of things.
And what are some of the stuff that young adults go through? Can you tell me a few of the things? Because parents want to know. Parents want to understand young adults. And if you are going through a lot of things, because that will determine how one behaves. And if we understand, or if parents understand, then maybe they'll react differently. So can you explain to me what are some of the things that young adults face today?
Well, a lot is peer pressure. That's number one. It all starts at school, I feel like, because when you have like a lot of problems at home, and then you go to school and it's kind of like the same problems that you're going through. It's just like it's a battle. So we just feel pressure at school, we feel pressure at home, and mainly it's like a lot of the kids like bullying and everything. They worry about what they wear, what they look like, especially when you're growing up and your body's changing and everything. You get a little bit more self-conscious than you were when you're younger.
Right.
So it's like you're thinking a lot of things you never thought before and everything, and you hear like a lot of kids say stuff about you, mean things.
Yeah.
And that you're kind of bringing that home with you, and then you come home, and then your mom or your dad, they're just adding on to that that hurt that they may be feeling. And I feel like parents don't really sit down with their kids and really talk, because it really starts when they're young, like really trying to create like that line of communication.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of parents break it because they just kind of look at them, and they feel like they should act a certain way and be a certain way, and when they're not, they don't really want to say anything because then they feel like their parents are going to react a certain way.
Right.
So it's just a lot of kids, they just don't know where to run to.
No, okay. So they don't know where. That's the point. See, they don't know where to run to, and they feel that they can't communicate with their parents. So, are you saying that if there's a better line of communication, then this will alleviate some of the pressure that young people face?
Yes, I feel like if parents just were a little bit, they try to be more open with their kids, because I feel like a lot of parents, when they like go through things, they say that, oh, I never really done this before, like I wasn't like you when you were younger, but really they were. They just maybe weren't really, maybe they just think maybe they just didn't see it like their parents or something like that.
Okay, so among your peers, what are some, you have highlighted peer pressure as one of the issues that young people face, and another issue that they face is also bullying. How do you think parents can help you through that? I know you've mentioned communicating, but what else? What do you feel, or what would you like to see? From your parents or parents in general or adults in general, what would you like to see happen that can actually change things or have a different, so you can have a different perspective or able to manage what you're going through better?
Well, I feel like mainly bullying, kids do it to make themselves really feel good, and it's like, I feel like a lot of kids, like they believe like a lot of the stuff that they say is true, but I really feel like it's really with the encouragement and the letting them just know that there's always going to be someone that's just gonna they're gonna say bad things about you. No matter where you are, like even at 50, you still have people say things about you, but it's how you take it, and it's honestly, I feel like a lot of people, when they say bad things about you, they're just kind of they're jealous and stuff. And I just want a lot of young adults just to know that don't take all that stuff that you hear at school and then, just think that that's your story, Don't look at it and then say, wow, she said I'm never really going to be anything, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. No. Just because when someone says something about you doesn't always mean it doesn't have to be true, actually. You make your own story.
Right, yeah.
So, whatever you hear at school, let them say what they want to say, but you let you have a mindset, know what you want to do when you grow up, when you get older, and just have that kind of attitude, just okay, you said that, but I'm gonna be this.
So basically it's to focus on your goals, focus on your dreams, and not allow your self-esteem or your confidence to be impacted on what somebody else is saying.